When you're ready to ask me about what I think about Atiku and what I think about Peter Obi, I will tell you what I think about them in terms of their record, their credibility, and their personality.
Hello, my great and wonderful people. How una day today? I hope all of una day well. Today, we get some videos for our team. We're going to be saying one quickly the review to you concerning the things going to be saying it happen right now for inside this country, Nigeria. The election period don't finally come. Yes. Now, a month from now. So, a lot of people want to be say they behind their head before all of them don't they come outside from their hiding places. And one of them, now Femi Fani Kayode, I believe say all of us sabi this man very well. Yes. You know, of recent time now, this man don't they hot for internet. When it be say it take come outside with full force, they expose a lot of presidential candidates concerning the things when it be say in IC during the time when it be say it be minister under President Olusegun Obasanjo. Most especially the people when it be say if they deal with now Atiku Abubakar, when it be vice presidential candidates for this same Olusegun Obasanjo, the time when it be Femi Fani Kayode so to be minister under this same Obasanjo. This man come outside to review a lot of things for this very video. I want make una pay attention to this video. Not be only Atiku he talk about, he also put him out for the issue of Peter Obi. And permit me to beg you, no use hurry leave this video. Watch out from the beginning to the end. It get a lot when we say this man review for this very interview. And before we go on, I beg not forget as well to help us like this video, because that's the only one be say YouTube and Facebook will fit help us recommend this video to each and every one of us. The more this video get likes, the more that they recommend them to people. Now their own policy now it be that very one. Thank you so much for your support. Now listen to Femi Fani Kayode, the spokesman of Ame Bola Tinibu. We'll come back.
When you're ready to ask me about what I think about Atiku and what I think about Peter Obi, I will tell you what I think about them in terms of their record, their credibility, and their personality. I won't talk about the wives and their children.
No, since you have raised the question yourself, could you go ahead and assess those two candidates, the candidate of the PDP and the candidate of the Labour Party?
Okay, well fine. That's fair enough. Thank you very much for this opportunity. First of all, let me say this. Atiku is a man that's been trying to be the president of this country for the last, since 1993. He's run in virtually every single presidential election or presidential primaries since 1993. And he has been a member of 7 different political parties. He's a serial player and he's obsessed with this, with this objective. That's number one. Atiku is a man that has decided that regardless of the sign of the times, the feeling of the nation, and that the idea of power shift has now come and it cannot be stopped, he's gone against that, against his own Fulani brothers in the north, the majority of them, and said, regardless of the complications and implications of this, regardless of the fact that the whole country is screaming for a power shift, he has decided that he will go against the tide and insist that we should have a Fulani to Fulani succession, 8 years of Buhari, 8 years of another Fulani person. He did this by regardless of the consequences and the implications, he did this by first of all betraying his own party, scuttling the convention, ensuring that the southern governors were pushed out and were denied the opportunity to produce Wike, and upset everybody in his own party. So he divided his own party. That's the kind of man he is. He didn't stop there. He has a northern chairman in his party. Instead of him insisting that that northern chairman should step down, again, he violated the constitution of his party, broke every single promise to everybody in that party, and supported Iyorchia Ayu to remain as chairman of that party. That is the Atiku that we're talking about. Again, let me go further. This is a man, apart from offending the governors of his party, apart from violating the constitution, apart from the chairmanship issue, this is a man that is sincere, deceitful, dangerous, and has betrayed everybody. Let me substantiate that. I was in the Obasanjo administration. I was a minister. I know what he did to President Olusegun Obasanjo. Throughout between 2003 to 2007, there's nothing he did not do to undermine that administration. Yet he has the effrontery, and his people have the effrontery to tell the whole world how wonderful an administration Obasanjo Obasanjo was, and it really was wonderful, the best in my view that we've ever had in this country. But he spent all his time plotting on how to not just remove Obasanjo from power, but destroy Obasanjo and rubbish him. It was so bad that on 2 separate occasions, I, in open cabinet, challenged him in front of the president cabinet and asked him to leave the cabinet chambers for betrayal and treachery. That's the kind of man Atiku Abubakar is. Let me go one more step before I stop. Look at what he did to Jonathan in 2015. We were all in the PDP at the time. Atiku Abubakar led 5 governors out of the party. They went and joined the opposition party. They supported President Buhari to become president at the time. There's nothing Jonathan did not do or promise them or beg them for, that look, come back, we will settle everything. No, he did not do that. Because he wanted to spite Jonathan and spite everybody around Jonathan, he joined the other side. With 5 governors, they went and they ensured that Jonathan lost. The same Jonathan that had done so much for him whilst he was in the party, and the same party that had offered him the position of vice president for 8 years. That's the kind of man Atiku Abubakar is, and that is why I think it will be very dangerous for anything to support him. Now, let me ask you this question. His farms, his university, his assets, everything, none of them have been attacked by ISWAP or Boko Haram throughout this period. In fact, since the inception of this problem in 2009. You ask yourself, how come he seems exempt from this? Everybody in the North, and I've lived in the North for 22 years, has been affected, except for Atiku. Let me just end on this one, then we'll start again. Okay, none has touched him. The reason why is because many feel that he needs to explain his relationship with people like Sheikh Gumi, who is in Kaduna, who is the chief defender of the kidnappers, who campaigns for him, who travels around private jets for him, and the young man that's now in detention who has been accused of terrorism. Well, what is his link with these people? That is the sort of thing Atiku Abubakar has to explain for us. And that is another reason why I think we need to be very careful.
I guess it's natural for you to demarcate those who are competing with your principal.
No.
As for some of the issues you raised.
Can I just say,
No, it's a natural thing to do.
Can I just say, I'm sorry to interrupt you. You know, it's not my habit to interrupt. I am a polite person. But may I just say this, if I may? I don't seek to demarcate him at all. All I seek to do is present the facts. And I'll just tell you one more fact, and then you can tell me whatever you think I'm doing wrong, okay? One that pained a lot of us was this. A young lady by Deborah was killed in Sokoto recently, was butchered, okay? The president of our country offered his condolences to the family and did the right and proper thing before the entire world, because it became an international issue. It was a barbaric killing. Atiku Abubakar tweeted his commiserations, then chose to withdraw that tweet and refused to offer condolences to the family. Is that the kind of man that you think can protect the rights of Christians if he's in power? Unlike Tinibu, well, that's a fact. That's a fact. Unlike Tinibu, last fact before I stop. Unlike Tinibu, who married, whose wife is a Christian, he did not insist she should become a Muslim before they got married. Atiku Abubakar insisted that his 2 wives must drop their Christian faith, 2 of them, and become Muslims before they could get married. So the question I have to ask is this: do people not have a right to ask these questions and so many more that I've already highlighted to you some of the atrocities that Atiku has committed. I didn't talk about Volpi in the late 80s, where it is alleged, and I'm not saying it happened, that he was involved in drug business with Mr. Volpi. I never spoke about that. But there are so many things. I've told you about that. But look at Peter Obi, for example. How can he consider Peter Obi as a serious candidate when the same Peter Obi was issuing ID cards to Northerners when he was governor of Anambra State? And when you as a Northerner did not have an ID card, he'll ship you in cow loads out of the state and deport you. This same Obi has a symbol of Biafra on his beer can, which he's selling for commercial purposes. What does that tell you about him? This same Obi would not allow non-Igbos to buy stalls or buy markets or buy stalls or shops in markets in Anambra State. This same Obi, and this is very important, refused to condemn the killings that were taking place, are still taking place, of our security personnel and our people in the eastern part of this country. Even as at yesterday, he has never condemned those killings. This same Obi has refused to give Pentecostal churches, and you Pentecostals, I am one, listen to this carefully and go and cross-check it. Go and verify, as he always says. When he was governor, he refused to give any Pentecostal church land to build their churches on in a state. It was only Catholics. That is how selective Obi is. I could go on and on. I spoke about allegations against him in Malaysia and so many other things. This is an Obi that has a running mate who said publicly that he would kill everybody that has, that is a homosexual or is a member of the gay community. That if he had his way, he would kill all gays. Now, the question I'll put to him is this: if that's the case, they have a DG, and maybe I shouldn't go in that direction. It's not fair to talk about my friend Doyo Kupe like that. But Dati Ahmed said they would kill members of the homosexual community. Barbaric and totally unacceptable. How will Asiwaju not say that when Peter Obi has a running mate who was talking about, for example, Margaret Thatcher on national and international TV, and had the stupidity to say that Margaret Thatcher led the United Kingdom in the 1950s? Margaret Thatcher was a member of the Labour Party. Margaret Thatcher was the person that created the welfare state in the United Kingdom and at the same time helped the unions. When everybody knows Margaret Thatcher led the UK in the 80s, Margaret Thatcher destroyed the welfare state, and Margaret Thatcher was a member of the Conservative Party. So these are the kind of people that want to come and take power? For goodness sake, no way. Well, I'm very, very happy that Asiwaju knows who he is, what he is, the level he's playing, and will continue to go to the polls. Right. There's one hard question I will ask of Atiku, and that will be done only when I'm face to face with one of his spokesmen or himself directly. That is a fundamental question about his views as regards sexuality and so on and so forth. And I will ask that question because that is a relevant question that is asked in every election all over the world by everybody. You go to America, you find out what are your views about this and that. But I will leave that one to late. For now, we've touched the issues and we move on.
All right, my great and wonderful people. I believe so una see the hammer when it be say it take come aside against Atiku Abubakar and also Peter Obi. Thank God he make a lot of points concerning Atiku Abubakar. Then, may we shift our attention more on Peter Obi. You know why? Because now Peter Obi na in me they support. So now the point when he be say in race concerning Peter Obi na in I will face because I know will labor for the one when we say concern Atiku. All of us understand the part of Atiku Abubakar. Now he make mention of one thing, say the time when he be say Peter Obi to be governor for Anambra State, he issue ID card to all the Fulani people. And anyone, when he be say he refused to obtain ID card, he did drive the command for the states. I wish say Femi Fani Kayode they really get sense. As he talk, say he they educated. He supposed to know, say that one one of the means of the mention of security. Yes, to know who they for inside your state and who they come in and who they go out. Not be now only Nigeria you will see and say somebody fit they work out for anywhere without ID card, without means of identification. You not fit know where the person for they come and where the person they go. Now the reason why be say crime full everywhere like that now it be that. You want enter Western world without it be say your 10 fingerprints they not put out for grant before you enter any territory. For European world, say na there you just need the enter. Definitely, your 10 fingerprints, all of them the day for computer. I know they tell you one now, the 10 of them. Why did they do it? Now because they like your fingerprints? No. Now to identify you, to make sure say if anything they happen, they will quickly identify where those errors for the come. Now the reason why it be say it is very easy for them to track anybody when it be say it they commit crime in a cover way. Now only Nigeria we see say all those technologies, they happen. Ordinary ID card, when it be say this man decide to the issue to people to know who be who, so that anything when it be say it happen, they fit trace the identity of anybody when it be say it they carry out those crime. In order not to they carry innocent people instead of the people when they say they commit that very crime. Now bad idea, now it be that very one. I believe say this Femi Fani Kayode, he say he go school, right? Now, when I don't see his own lapses now. And again, he also move on to the issue of gay and also homosexualism. Abi, okay, so Femi Fani Kayode, they equally they tell us, say, if Tinibu eventually become the president of this country, say they want legalize gay and lesbianism for inside this country. Because now waiting if they hammer upon now it be that very one. Say the running mate of Peter Obi say if he get his own way, he will kill all the gay, which is say he will abolish gay and lesbianism. Which is Femi Fani Kayode. You sure say this man not be gay. The one will be say with confidence. This man come outside for national television. Openly they defend gay and lesbianism without any atom of shame at all. I believe una see. Una see wetin Amebola Tinibu and the old people they come when they say we be not know before. Sometimes these people that will come outside openly, they talk say they want to criticize or maybe they want to condemn other presidential candidate. Unknowingly to them, say that they expose themselves the more. Una see how these people take come outside now they expose themselves, expose their own presidential candidate by their own selves. Amebola Tinibu, their hidden agenda when they say you and I be not even take into notice. I believe say una don't see now. Without any doubt, you not fit tell me or convince me say Femi Fani Kayode say he not be gay. No, nobody fit convince me for this very matter. Because now only waiting you forget interest, now you they defend like this. I believe so una understand. All right, my great and wonderful people, I will leave you to share your own opinion with us on the comment section, even as we draw the line here. Because if we say we continue, at the end, it will be like say we want to try to just condemn her because of say we support Peter Obi. That will not be the reason. But with waiting in table before us, now in we try to pinpoint in case each and every one of us not take proper notice of all those things. All right. Share your own opinion with us in the comment section. That one is our own perspective. For sure, if you get other vital points, when it be say time not permit us to touch lights, you do justice to that for us for the comment section, even as we draw the line here. And before we say final goodbye, we want quickly use this medium to appreciate each and every one of you for your time when you visit to stay with us all to this moment. God Almighty will bless you. And equally, the one visit the help of the share these broadcasts, your likes, your comments, all of them, we appreciate them. I beg not forget to help us share this very one so that if you still reach our brothers and sisters all over the world, because we believe one thing say information now power, and as we do so, God Almighty will bless you. We'd like to draw the conclusion of this program here. We will see you again when we see you. Remember, we love you all. Bye bye.